Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, obviously, we know is no love lost. Listen, it's crazy because they've sparred together. It is what it is. It's business. Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated. You already know what it is. He's got a super fight with Ryan Garcia. King Ryan Garcia, April 22nd, is going down. Make sure you subscribe to Flight Sports TV for more news, updates, and more. Gervonta Tank Davis took a clear shot at Shakur Stevenson, stating some claims that I want to get people's thoughts. So let's get interactive. It's Flight Sports. Let's get in the comment section. Gervonta Tank Davis is stating that Shakur Stevenson has not even fought nobody yet at 135. I don't know if people been living under a rock, but Shakur Stevenson is like the boogeyman right now at 135. Ever since his inception to come into the division, he's sent shockwaves throughout it. You have fighters not trying to even, compete against Shakur Stevenson. It is a crazy situation how you'll have a situation with George Kambosos. He checks out. It was another fighter, Pitbull Cruz. He was supposed to fight him. Obviously, and the WBC ordered that, and look what has happened. So Gervonta states that basically he had no power, at 127, part 130, it just is crazy. All of the claims that's coming out, and I like to get people's thoughts because Shakur Stevenson is undefeated, 19-0, no losses, no draws, 9 violent wins by the way of knockout. The Southpaw from Jersey, you already know what it is, Newark, what's up? Um, Listen, we all know he's going to grow more and more into his man strength, and I believe the knockouts will come. I don't think we've seen, the beginning of the power from Shakur Stevenson just about yet, and I think we're going to get a chance to see that at the 135 division. But he said that all of that boxing won't matter. Everybody know that Shakur is like one of them, obviously, is arguably one of the most technically sound fighters in fighting. You understand? In boxing, it's just is he's almost untouchable. When it comes to that, he's mastered the art of not getting hit and hitting. And that's just a remarkable trait that you see a lot of fighters trying to master. And you see Shakur Stevenson obviously a little bit one leg up. I think it's a couple of guys. You got the Floyd Schofield. Shout out Kid Austin. Make sure y'all subscribe to Flight Sports for exclusive content on Kid Austin. He's another tough guy who's mastered that as well. And you see other fighters doing that. But you see what's happening with Shakur. So obviously, Gervonta Tank Davis is feeling the footsteps of a guy in Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Tank Davis is on the record, of saying that he's keeping his body in shape because he knows he's got young guys on his heels. Shakur Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen, is 25 years old. Gervonta Tank Davis is 28. Southpaw versus Southpaw. That would be, are you kidding me? We talk about the biggest fight, when you talk about the King Ryan Garcias of the world. Could you imagine a fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson, the top rank, Gervonta Tank Davis, PBC, Showtime? Are you kidding me? Seriously. So obviously, it's a lot of people that's looking for that bout. Obviously the Devin Haney's of the world, he's on his way to being a free agent. So let's see what happens with him. What deal does he take? Is he on the road to fighting Gervonta Tank Davis and getting a full-blown undisputed situation out here? I know that's what people want to see, but Shakur is in line, y'all, to face some of the best in the fighting world. It is what it is. This man was the former, he fought Oscar Valdez. You already know what it is, where he unified, the junior lightweight division. So it was a crazy situation that had happened. So we got to stop playing around like Shakur Stevenson is not the truth. It is what it is at the end of the day. He's en route to getting in the ring with the Devin Haneys of the world. And obviously, a fight with Tank is just on a whole nother world, Richter scale, to say that. Is nothing, like it. So he states, like, what is he going to do if he gets hit? We've never really seen Shakur Stevenson hurt in the ring, obviously due to his, technically sound fighting ability. And Tank is right when he said you're going to get hit, because you see when Shakur fights people, obviously guys hit Shakur, but it's obviously not to the alarming rate that he's dishing out, but it's not to the point where you're like, oh my God, Shakur's receiving punishment. So I guess Tank is saying, some of these shots that these other fighters are catching Shakur with, could you imagine if he caught him with it? So obviously Shakur would be on his A game fighting a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis. So that fight is going to be legendary if it ever could happen. Definitely let me know everybody's thoughts on this situation, because Gervonta is very, vocal right about now. He's obviously stated on the record that he is the face of boxing. He feels like he's the best fighter in the world. So it is what it is at the end of the day. All of these fighters like Shakur and the others, they have to sit here and just like watch what's going on for right about now. But they all know that their time is coming. And I could see very soon a situation where a fight between Shakur and Gervonta takes place because of the situation, how they made it take place with Golden Boy. Now that puts other promotions on notice. Like, yo, let's get it done. You seen these two promotions get the fight. Why can't Top Rank get in the mix? Now you obviously got different promoters here, ESPN. You dealing with Showtime. You obviously seen the big commotion that took place between DAZN, Showtime, PBC. I mean, it was a mess. I mean, could another situation like that ensue and mess up this fight? I don't know. But Shakur Stevenson is definitely a big time star in his own right. And I think by the time these two do get in the ring, Shakur's star power would have grown even more immense. And I think we could be looking at a different situation. Obviously, Tank will be the A side, but I don't think the gap is going to be too alarming like you may see. Guys like Shakur, they bring in their own base as well. People come to see and pay to see Shakur Stevenson. Let's not make no mistake about it. People flying in and out of cities to see Shakur Stevenson. So we got to just pay the utmost homage at that. But boxing is back, man. I'm telling you. You see what's going on right now. After the King Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis bout, Lord have mercy. The road is ahead of what's next. That puts every fighter on notice. If you got an undefeated record, it's time to put that on the line, because you see these other guys putting it on time in and time out. Undefeated versus undefeated. I think we starting a new trend out here. It's Flight Sports TV. Everybody hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Peace and love, family. Everybody know what it is, man. We're going to have a lot of boxing content for the people.